Hi everyone, I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, and this is your mid-month Psychic Tarot update for the month of April 2020. Please be sure to watch your rising sign and your moon sign because some months they're going to resonate more for you than your sun sign will. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, you might want to watch both signs because many people have written me and told me that some months they're receiving their messages from the other sign on the cusp that they're born on. So be sure to check those out. So all that being said, I'm going to start with the sign of Aries. So here is your mid-month Psychic Tarot update. So the first card you got, Aries, is the High Priestess. And this is you being psychic, you being the psychic, you having strong intuition and knowing. This could also be your highest spirit guide giving you a message today. This card could also indicate something is being kept hidden or secret from you, or you could be keeping something secret or hidden from others. You're wondering how things are going to turn out, and I hear the word with a lot of fervor. So that to me means you're like maybe worried or anxious or putting a lot of energy into wondering how things are going to turn out right now. You may be feeling like things that are going on are beyond your control, as most people feel, but they are saying this for Aries. Some of you may even be looking through documentation, contracts, paperwork, could have to do with things you've scheduled or booked, like flights, plans, parties, could have to do with job contracts, could have to do with like your home, like mortgages or leasing agreements, could have to do with your car, rental agreements or your insurance. And I'm seeing looking for loopholes. That's what I feel you're looking into these documents for. It's like looking over these things for loopholes. Many of you really don't trust what's being said to you. And I feel for some of you, this could be on a personal level, but for some of you, it could be what you're hearing going on out in the world. But not trusting what you're being told or what you're hearing comes up for some of you. So you may actually feel like things are being kept hidden from you. You do have a wise assumption that something is going on behind the scenes that you are going to find out about. That will be made clear to you. And there's also this sense of like not trusting how certain things are being handled. Could be out in the world, in the global arena. Could be how things are being handled at your job or by family members in your family. That kind of like feeling like you don't think things are being handled properly comes up. Some of you, it's like you're anxious to close the deal on something. That could be anything. A love relationship, a place to live, a contract negotiation, or a deal. The next card you have, Aries, is the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is an earth sign person. This is either a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, sun, moon, or rising sign. Could also be you if you have a rising sign or a moon sign that is an earth sign. It could be a child to you, or somebody that's immature or young at heart. Could be an adult that's immature or young at heart. Could be somebody bringing in, could be just being a message about money. There are things happening behind the scenes, and I get behind closed doors. And some of this does have to do with finances. Now, it could be your own finances, could have to do with the banking systems. It could have to do with businesses or companies that you work for that are trying to figure out financial situations at this time. And March, April, May, June, there's like complicated things happening at this time. And you may really feel like it's necessary for you to communicate and talk to the powers that be, the people in charge, especially if you work for your own you work for a company or another business. If you own your own business, this could be maybe people in charge you need to talk to are people at a state, province, or government, local government level to find out what your rights are in regard to your own business during these, changing and complicated times. There will be somebody, I feel, that's going to offer you an easy way out or offer a solution to you. But this may not come forward till next month in May. So you have to look for, this person may just pop up like, hey, Aries, are you having trouble with this or that? Why don't you come work here? Or why don't you, or I have a solution for your, financial difficulty or your complications with your business or whatever it is. You're going to listen to what they have to say. I don't feel you're taking it lightly or blowing it off. Some of this may come like out of left field and a bit of a shock or surprise to you. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Taurus. First card you have, Taurus, is the Eight of Swords. You actually have two eights here. So Eight of Swords is being trapped in an emotional prison or trapped in a situation that you can't see how to get out of. There could also be unknown factors and unknown forces at play that could be clouding your mind and the ability to see a solution of how to get out of this like trapped and imprisoned feeling. I feel like you're really, really antsy. There's so many things that you want to do. You were maybe on the verge of doing when all this stuff came about, and you're like really antsy to get going and get moving with it. Some of you were in the process of some kind of production of something and you had to stop the production. I feel like you're going back in your mind and reassessing values and solutions and things you did in the past and trying to see if you can execute those values and solutions now to deal with things that are going on in your immediate world. You may find yourself having to be a bridge of a gap between generations, and you may be finding you have to help somebody. Now, this helping somebody, it could be somebody very elderly, and you're having to, maybe go food shopping or go check in on them or physically help them out. Or it could be some people that are very young and you're having to help take care of young people. But like bridging the gap between some kind of generations and helping somebody out comes up at this time. I feel like you're going to be released from these bars or prison in May at some point. Now, I'm not saying that's when I think everything is going to go back to normal, but there will be some things that will start to go back to normal, especially for you Tauruses. Some of you are going to, I hear the phrase, my guides used to use this a lot, they haven't said it in a long time, get out of Dodge. I hear you're going to get out of Dodge. Some of you may decide to leave a place you're living or leave a place you're working. Because I see in your future, you got a whole new ball of wax and a whole new bunch of people you're going to be hanging out with or working with or socializing with and all that. So you've got some good things coming up, Taurus, but right now in April, you're going to feel like Eight of Swords. I hate to tell you that trapped feeling. Now, look at what comes up next. They already talked about it in the Eight of Swords. You've got Eight of Cups. This is turning away from what's not working for you anymore, emotionally speaking, and heading off on a new journey with a stick of power and control in your hand. Even though the journey is unknown, you're willing and happy to take it. If you're thinking of leaving a job or leaving a home, I feel like you're actually going to start packing now. You may have already found the job or the place where you want to live, or you are just going to be practicing the law of attraction, which I have to say worked remarkably well for me one time when I wanted to sell a home. It wasn't even listed for sale yet. And I just started packing all these boxes and acting like I'm leaving, I'm moving, even though I hadn't found the place yet, or, the house wasn't even listed yet. I feel like you're going to be doing that. I see you packing things. So I feel like you're going to be getting ready to move at this time of feeling in the Eight of Swords position, because you're moving towards the Eight of Cups, which is turning away from what's not working for you anymore. You know, I feel like you have mulled this over before any of this stuff going on in the world has gone down. I feel like you've mulled it over and that you were just not ready. But I feel now you're actually ready. Now you're ready to take this step. Some people are going to be shocked that you're going to leave. I'm hearing my guides are saying people are going to be shocked. Sparks are going to fly as you flee. As you're like moving on out of something, sparks are flying and people's mouths are going to be like, like jaws are dropped. They're going to be surprised. Not everybody, but you're going to have some people that are going to be surprised at this move. Some of you are going to get indoctrinated into something and accredited in some way. So you could get indoctrinated into, it could be a new job. It could be a certain position. It could be like, I know indoctrinated is a weird word. Like it made official that you are now the new person in the law firm, the new doctor in the hospital, the new member of this club, group, or organization, the new whatever but it's like making it official, indoctrination, official, and accreditation comes up here too. I know that usually goes along with school, but so you may get, there could be some kind of like degree or certificate of completion of like studying or some studies or, like I said, some degree or title that you were going after. So all that comes up here. So it starts out like you want to bust out free and you're trapped, but then you actually do it. Now, you may not do it in April. I feel this card really applies strongly for the month of May for you Tauruses. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. Now on to the sign of Gemini. And the first card you have, Gemini, is the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is an earth sign person. This is either a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, sun, moon, or rising sign. I'm going to tell you what, Pentacles was one of the signs. Swords and Pentacles came up all over the place in these readings. Not many rods, mostly swords and pentacles. So you have Queen of Pentacles. So this could be you if you have a rising sign or a moon sign that's an earth sign. Could also be you if you're born on the cusp of Gemini, Taurus and Gemini. There could be somebody, if you're a working Gemini, that wants to come in and talk to you and tell you they want to change your job. It doesn't mean you're quitting. It doesn't mean you're getting fired or let go. They maybe because of what's going on in the world, parameters have to change of what they want you to do. But I do pick up some of you, there's somebody that wants to come in and change your job. I do feel you're going to entertain this idea. For many of you, I do feel it will be helpful to you. You're going to start researching and analyzing things that you need to fix or change. That could be about your current job. It could be about your health. It could be about your life in general. Some of you, I feel it's going to involve looking into alternative cures and alternative medicine. Some of you, it may involve vitamins, minerals that you want to take, or certain foods that you want to eat. I feel, but it could be in other areas. But those things do pop up to me as I'm looking into it, of things that you're going to research and change. After this is all said and done, you may even start your own business or your own company. If you already have that, then you're just going to expand on it and do more interesting things with it, add new products, add new services for some of you. But some of you, you're going to start it. And it could involve some of the things I just said. It could involve food. It could involve vitamins, minerals, or natural healing modalities of services or products. Some of you are going to be really tuned in and keyed in about planting a garden Could be to grow your own vegetables, but I do see some of you are planting trees. This will be trees that may be fruit or nut-bearing trees. Now, the next card you have, you got another Pentacles card, Gemini. You got 3 of Pentacles, and this is expanding your craft, expanding your skills, expanding your business knowledge and know-how, expanding a business if you have one, perhaps getting more work put on your plate at a job you already do have, gaining financial rewards from your creativity and your efforts and your work. I really feel for Geminis, they're building a business that's going to be more successful than ever before. So even though you may feel like this is the dark night of the soul for you and the rest of humanity, I actually feel that Geminis are going to come out of this like blazing forward. I'm seeing this, this shooting star going across the sky. And when we come out of this time, this difficult and changing and challenging time, I feel Geminis are a lot of Geminis are going to do really well. They're going to shine and they're going to burst forth with new energy, new effort, new ideas. A lot of wind in your sails comes up. You're going to have, even some of you are going to have business opportunities that are going to fall right in your lap. Things that maybe you were like considered in the past and kind of forgot about, or things that maybe you didn't even think of, because I get like some kind of business opportunities dropping in your lap. I do feel that some of you are going to be nailing everything down and putting a lot of securities in place so that to protect yourself should things like this come about or become awry in the future. Like nailing certain things down. You could be nailing down your finances. So if there's any financial disruption in the future. But also like nailing things down where there's more protections in place over your business, over your merchandise, over your job, over like things to do with money, business, enterprise, work, like safeguards. That's what I get, like putting safeguards in place. When you're in the month of July, I feel many Geminis are going to feel like they're really rocking and rolling along. You may feel like this is a month of, the rest of this month is a little drudgery. And may feel like, woo, the apple cart's wobbling, but it's starting to roll along, but it's not stable. But when you're in July, I feel like things are really moving along for you Geminis. So I hope those messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Cancer. And the first card you have, Cancer, is 8 of Pentacles. Many Pentacles and Swords came up in this reading, and you have 8 of Pentacles, and so did Libra. Libra also got 8 of Pentacles. So this is the card of the apprentice, learning a new craft, learning a new skill, starting a new job or a new business, putting all your focus and attention on your work, on your craftsmanship, on details. A lot of focus and attention is going to go on to in the area of finances and money, where you're going to feel like you have to have a handle on it. You can't afford to lose it. What can you do to protect it? Some of you are going to get involved in training for a new job, and you may say, or new aspects of the job you're already in. And you may say, how the hell is that going to happen in this world that we're in? But I feel some of you may actually, it could be occurring online. If it doesn't happen online, then it's probably happening a little further out than April. Many of you may actually see the training of new work, new things to do in your work, or new work coming up for you in the future in May. Some of you are going to get like where if you have anything in storage or things that you have a value that you don't really care about anymore, you don't use, you may start selling it. You could be selling stocks, bonds right now as well. But some of you, I feel like you could be getting rid of antiques or old things that you've collected, any collections that you've had. You may start selling these things. You may start to feel that you want to pay for things with cash as much as you can right now. Some of you may even be thinking of selling a home, selling property, or buying property. It comes up as buying it or selling it, but it comes up more like selling it, like selling things of value. You may also be putting a lot of attention to things that you can create or services you can provide to make money. Like maybe you know how to do income taxes and accounting and you're going to start doing that. Or you're good at web design. Or you're good at making jewelry or rebuilding motorcycles. And whatever it is, you may start putting a lot of attention to details of something you know how to do, so you may sell those products and services. And the second card you got, Cancer, is the Seven of Rods. And this is closing the door on negativity or negative energy or communications coming at you, or it can be taking the moral high ground. So you could be closing the door on negativity and negative energy coming at you, or keeping it at bay. Some of you are really going through a lot of tumultuous things going on in your environment. Now, this could be going on at work with coworkers, or it could be within your family. Now, you may say, how is that possible? We're in quarantine. How am I possibly engaging in any of this? Or how's this going on? It could be coming at you if you're having Zoom meetings or Skype or phone calls even. I also feel there's some like jealousy and anger that could also be coming your way. And Cancer, if you're not getting that coming to you like in person with the people around you, it could be coming to you through other communication channels. Like I said, it could become an email, text messages, phone calls, Zoom, Skype, any of that. You may feel like there's a lot of people vying for competition, and a lot of people or people around you vying for control. I feel like one of the messages here is, you know, some of you Cancers could be witnessing it. You might not be engaging in it. But for some of you, if it's not coming at you directly, the message here could be telling you, hey, Cancer, take the moral high ground and don't engage in like this carping or animosity or like, you know, nitpicking, or don't engage in it. So it's either telling you you're going to put it at bay, or you need to not let yourself get involved in it. This is like a test of your mettle. What are you made of? A test of your strength. And this is going to make you probably feel very uncertain and wishing you had more clarity, more things to go on, because things are in too much of a state of not knowing, too much of a state of flux right now. I feel like you're going to have a lot more certainty about what's happening for you in these regards in May. I feel like May brings you a lot more clarity, especially from the midpoint to the end of May. You know, people are just really riled up, hypersensitive, overly critical, and judgmental right now because they're full of anxiety and they're freaked out. So try not to take things too personally as you might tend to do, because this is all aggravating and exacerbating the situation with those around you. So I hope that helped you, Cancer, and I hope those messages made sense. Now on to the sign of Leo. Hey Leo, the first card you have is the Knight of Pentacles, and this is an earth sign person. This is either a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, sun, moon, or rising sign. This could also be you, Leo, if you have a rising sign or a moon sign. That's an earth sign. The other sign that got Knight of Pentacles was Sagittarius. So this could be doubly meaningful you if you have Sagittarius strongly in your chart as well. There's some kind of routine that you're getting tired of, or some kind of, I'm hearing like tired of the same old game, or the same old routine. You're trying to institute something, or there's something you want to get going and charge forward, but I feel like you're being blocked. Some of you, this could be a new love relationship. Some of this could be a new job or a new business. Some of you, this could be just something else that you want to get moving or going in your life. I feel like you do have a tight grip and a tight handle on what's happening in your life in many ways, but I feel like you're holding on to it very tightly with a very firm grip because you don't want to lose that control. Either somebody that's an earth sign person is going to be very inspirational to you in April, or you yourself are going to be quite inspirational to others. Some of you are going to be thinking about your money and are going to start investing it in new and different things. It could be new stocks, new bonds, new business, new property. I don't know. I just get investing your money in new ways and in new things. Everything that you want to see come about for you or start pay off for you comes about in summertime. To me, I live on the East Coast of the United States, so summertime is June, July, and August, and part of September. And there's going to be a day of reckoning where people that owed you money or owed you services of some sort will be paying you back. So a day of reckoning of like you getting payment or restitution for something that you were owed. Now, you have the Two of Swords with it. This is a block, a stop, or a stalemate. You could also be protective of yourself in some way or protecting your heart. There's a lot of emotions tied up here. This could also be having difficulty in making a decision, or a decision needs to be made. It's like hurry up and wait. You can't really fully get what you want right now, whatever this is, new job, new love life, new romance, new place to live, new business opportunity. You have to just wait. Right now you have to wait. This is causing you a lot of consternation and emotional sway and a little upheaval emotionally in you. But I feel you have a lot of strength and control, and you have a way that you can calm your emotions. You may not trust something that's being offered to you. You may feel like somebody's trying to sell you a bill of goods. That could be a business deal. You don't trust what they're saying to you. It could be a love partner or someone you want to be in a love relationship with. You don't trust what they're saying to you. There's something that you feel like somebody's blowing smoke at you, or selling you a bill of goods. There's something going on here you're not trusting fully. So I do feel that you will be protecting yourself. You could experience trouble with digestion. In April, you could be having bouts of colitis or spastic colon, diarrhea, upset stomach, ulcers, anything that if you get nervous and your digestion kicks up and it bothers you in that way, you may experience that. Not all of you Leos, that may even apply more to Leo rising people. I also feel you're being protective about certain things that you don't want people to either know about you, or secrets you have about your job, your business, your work, where you get inside information, or I feel like there are some things that you are protecting you don't want other people to know. It could be your competitors. If you own your own business, you may be like, I got to keep, my competitors can't know my secrets, or like trade secrets. It could be information about yourself personally, like maybe there's things that went on in your past and you're interested in somebody new and you don't want them to know that you did this, you did that, or whatever in the past. So you got a lot of things going on here, Leo. I hope these messages made sense to you. I hope they were of some help in some way. Now on to the sign of Virgo. Hey, Virgo, you have Knight of Swords first, and this is Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, sun, moon, or rising sign. It could also be you if you're born on the Virgo, Libra cusp. You may be challenged by an air sign person. They could be making you feel a little bit off center, out of balance, or making you feel a little crazy right now in mid-April. They might be kind of demanding or dictatorial, where they want this, they want that. And I feel like really they're under a lot of stress, because I feel like their mind has been blown a little bit, and they're kind of like trying to hold it all together or get it together. And this could be why like they're behaving in ways that are like really disruptive or aggravating to you. They may even be kind of nitpicking at you, watching everything you're saying, watching everything you're doing, nitpicking, complaining, all of that could come up. I do feel like this air sign person is going to be very forceful and very driven to complete something. Maybe they want to dig a garden. Maybe they want to repaint the house. Maybe they want to start a new business. I don't know what it is that they're driven about, but I get they're very driven to complete things or get things going now. As I said, for some of you Virgos, this could be you if you're born on the cusp of your sign with Libra. They may be like challenging your opinion. They may be telling you you're not really hearing them or you're not listening to them. I feel like they've got some anger going on. Either it's buried anger and it's coming out in weird ways, or you're going to see that they're angry. I definitely get this energy of like they're going to be looking at what you're doing, and either they're going to say it or not say it. But I feel they're going to be looking at you like, you need to do it this way. You need to be doing it that way. It could be a boss. It could be a boss to you. It could be a parent. But for some of you, this really could be somebody that you're a roommate with, or that you're married to, or you live with. So the card you have next here for the mid-month of April, Virgo, is the Death card. And this is transformation, something ending so something new can begin. I feel like one of the things you're doing is gathering up a lot of old things, and you're getting rid of them, like junk, taking it to the junkyard or putting it on a junk heap, or you're selling it. You may have some health issues that come up, but I'm not talking about what's going on out in the world. You may have, like, if you have issues with bursitis, anything to do with your knees, your joints, bursitis, anything like that, shoulders, knees, elbows, anything joint related could be bothering you in this mid-month of April, maybe even going into May. I also see, like, I'm seeing all these boxes. I feel like you're breaking down boxes, breaking down cardboard. You could be ripping down, like, siding on a building or sheetrock. Like, I feel like tearing some things down, breaking things down, boxes, wood, all of that comes up here with this Death card too. You may even get involved in building new structures. You may build a garage, build an addition on your house, build flower boxes, or build a greenhouse. Building things comes up here too. And when I get that you're building things, the Knight of Swords may be doing it with you or fussing about it and wanting you to do it. With this Knight of Swords person, whatever your relationship with them is, there's a lot of challenging aspects of this going on for you now. It could be because of what's going on out in the world, and it's stirring things up and just making people, anxiety-ridden, depressed, anxious, and all that. So you may really find that this is a challenging and transformational time, and you're dealing with any dealings with the Knight of Swords. And if you're not with anybody and you're born on the cusp, then this Knight of Swords person is yourself. So you might be having trouble with your own self, like feeling like you're at odds or at cross purposes within your own self. So I hope these messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Libra. And the first card you have, Libra, is the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is learning a new craft, learning a new skill, starting a new job, starting a new business, and gaining financial gain from whatever work that you're doing or enterprise. The other sign that got this was Cancer. So Cancer also got Eight of Pentacles. This is you pouring out the next step of what you need to figure out of what you're going to do with your money. You're going to want to back things up, back up your money in some way. I don't know what this means. Having different accounts, maybe buying different, buying properties or buying different stocks or bonds, or I don't know, but I'm hearing backing up your accounts. I feel there's going to be a lot of things that you're going to want to sell and get rid of. If you have stocks or bonds now, there could be certain stocks that you're going to sell. Could be a lot of selling of stocks, selling of personal property. You may want to forge some guarantees with some businesses or organizations that will guarantee to bring you money. This could be from your own local or federal government or world, I don't know. In the United States, it's called federal government. I don't know what that's called in other countries. I feel like you're really worried, like you can't be trapped in some kind of financial disarray. I feel like you're completely focused on and worried about your money at this time. How can I protect my money? How can I raise funds? All of this comes up. You may even start to get involved in some kind of club, group, or organization that actually raises funds for people in need, homeless people, people without jobs, or other problems, people that have other issues. Some of you, your talents and skills are going to bring you out of this time. And when this time is over, you're going to be using talents and skills that you possess in a new way to increase your finances, to increase your funds. If you pursue a new job between now and the end of July, I feel like you're going to get hired for something new. If you're in a job and you want to get out of it, or the business closes down and it's not in existence anymore, or you have a business and you don't want to run it anymore, but you still need to make an income. I do feel if you pursue looking for a job between now and the end of July, you will get a new job. You have the moon next, which is illusion. It could also be, so some illusion could be going on right now. Your heightened psychic ability and your heightened intuition can come up here with the moon. This card can also indicate love and romance. It could also be secrecy and deception in love and romance. And it could be just secrecy and deception all by itself, not connected to do with romance. I feel like you're feeling like you're in an illusion or in some kind of dream, and like that you feel like you have to get out of this. Like, I have to get out of this like weird dream, weird illusion that I'm in. I really feel that you're very concerned about building towards your future and planning for your future, but I feel like you just feel worried because there's too much uncertainty right now. I do feel like you're going to put a lot of energy in this month and going into April to getting everything organized, everything straightened out, everything set up, organized. This could be your own living space. But it could also have to do with your financial world. It could have to do with your love life as well. Because I feel like you're focused on like there's too many what ifs. And that you don't feel like you can operate well with too many what ifs. You want more guarantees and more certainties. You're going to have a lot of little ideas that are going to germinate now, the rest of this month and going into the beginning of April, that are going to really flourish and be very fruitful for you moving forward. So pay really close attention to your dreams, any messages you get from your spirit guides, which could actually come as flashes of insight and inspiration and ideas, because those are seeds that you are going to start mulling over, that are going to be cultivated and flower and bloom for you in and around the month of July, maybe even moving forward after that. That will be beneficial and paying off for you. So pay really close attention to what I said: dreams, spirit guides giving you ideas or messages, your own ideas and inspirations that come out of a flash. These are all things that you don't ignore them. Write them down. You could start a new business or a new enterprise, or get involved in some kind of new course of study or new endeavor or new training, or something that you're going to learn that's going to be really promising for your future and helpful for you, and give you that sense and that feeling like you're really building towards something of your future that gives you more guarantees and certainties than whatever it is that you feel like, where you feel like you don't have that now. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Scorpio. And the first card you have, Scorpio, is the Hermit. So this is you being spiritually guided. Your spirit guides are lighting the way. They're showing you the path to go. And they're guiding you and protecting you. This could also be you being the Hermit, where you're taking a step back, getting a lay of the land, looking at the situation before you proceed forward. But either way, your spirit guides will still be there with you when you are moving forward. You're being put to the test, Scorpio, about how much, like it's testing your mettle. How much strength and control do you have? How much poise do you have now? I do feel that you're coming out of this time where you're starting to see the forest for the trees now. You're coming out of like haziness, and you're starting to be able to read between the lines, and psychically also and intuitively read the writing on the wall and see things very clearly. I feel like you're in the process of gathering up your energy and your forces to make some big decisions that you have coming up. I do feel you're in a bit of a waiting game right now, and I don't feel that you like to procrastinate. I feel that you feel that May, June, and July is going to be too much imbalance or not enough certainty, so that anything that you're getting ready to make big moves, steps, or decisions and make, you will tend to hold off and do that in August or September. Even though I get you don't want to procrastinate, but I see you really being very intuitive and tapping into the collective, reading between the lines, seeing the forest for the trees, and really knowing that there's going to be too much wobbliness and uncertainty, so you will wait to strike. The iron is not going to be hot for you until you feel like you're in August or September. You may at that time change your whole new change to a whole new lifestyle or a whole new way of living. That could involve moving, it could be changing life partners, it could even be changing your job or having a business. It's going to be different for all of you what that means. The next card you have that is with it is the Four of Pentacles, and this is holding on protectively to your money, holding on protectively to things you value, could even be holding on protectively to your emotions. Sometimes this card can mean financial success coming to you in the future. You know, you're going to be making a lot of money in the second half of this year. You're one of the signs that I feel a lot of wheeling and dealing going on, and moving and shaking, money exchanges, money exchanging hands, businesses picking up. But like, I feel like the second half of the year from June on is really good for you financially. And I also feel that you are going to invest in yourself. So whatever that means for you, maybe you're like, you know what, I want to invest in some equipment that can help my energy. You'd have to research that. like Beamer technology, Rife machines, biomats, or anything to do with your health, whatever that means to you. Maybe moving, maybe you want to move to a place that's more rural, where there's more clean and clear mountain air, or investing in yourself in a way of you want to start a new business and you held off doing it, but now you're like, what am I waiting for? I'm going to invest in myself and take this money that I've been saving for this or that, and I'm going to take a risk with it. And the risk may be to live in mountain air, country air, seaside air, maybe to start that business you wanted. But investing in yourself comes up here. I do feel that you're going to be very conscious of feeling like you need to show your value and your worth. And I don't mean as a person, I mean in a sense like with your talents, your knowledge, your skills, or your abilities in a way that would generate money for you. So it's like having to prove yourself and show your worth in whatever field you're knowledgeable in, whatever talents and skills you possess, that could then earn you income. I feel like that's going to be a focus and somewhat important for you. But if you don't feel that way in April, it will be coming up as you roll along. For you, I really feel like the rolling along point is after June, June or after June. I don't feel, but like I said earlier with the Hermit, if you've got something you really want to strike out on and go for, you're going to wait. Even though I get you don't like to procrastinate, Scorpio, I feel you're going to wait until August or September to make those moves. Maybe even after that. Maybe even not till October for some of you. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Sagittarius. And the first card you got, Sagittarius, is the Page of Cups. So this is a water sign person. This is a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. It could also be you if you have a rising or a moon sign that's a water sign, or if you're born on the Scorpio-Sagittarius cusp. It could also be a child to you. It could also be an adult that's young at heart or immature. There may be some things that are getting messy or complicated for this Page of Cups person. And they may be looking at you like they need or want you to help them out and help them fix something or help them sort something out. You may look at them like they're a mystery or a little bit uncertain to you, like they want things this way and then they want things that way. You may look at them like they're kind of wishy-washy or very changeable. Too much changing going on with them and what they want. This could be somebody that wants you to give them a chance, give them a try, listen to what they have to say. This could be somebody that wants you to hire them, take a chance on them, hire them. This could be somebody for you that is somebody that's romantically interested in you, that wants you to take a chance on being in a relationship with them. They're in quite a quandary right now. And they are like a fish swimming in a fishbowl going round and round and round. I do feel they're trying to hold it together. I do feel this Page of Cups is wanting to see the world be in a better place. People being nicer to each other, seeing the world improve. I feel like they're very worried about the world, the condition of the world right now. They may be nurturing some talent they have, and some of them, the talent may be in the performing arts in some way. Singing, dancing, acting, art, writing, composing. So the card you have with it is the Knight of Pentacles, and Leo also had the Knight of Pentacles. So this is an earth sign person. This is either a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, sun, moon, or rising sign. Could also be you, Sagittarius, if you're born on the Sagittarius Capricorn cusp. Things are not as they seem. I hear building bridges and knocking them down, building bridges and knocking them down. This could be if you work for a company, or this could apply to your boss, or the company that you work for is doing this. Some of you may have a wall in your yard that needs to be rebuilt. There could be a wall that comes down due to water. There could be a leak in a basement in your home or in the building that you own or rent. Because I see like a cinder block wall or a brick wall. I see water leaking. There could be disruptions from underground. It could involve an earthquake. It could involve just some flood happening that then makes water come and make a wall crumble. This is connected to you in some way. Now, that could be metaphorically speaking, and that could have to do with emotions. So that wall could be in you, and the water could be your emotions, and some wall that you've had that's tried to block off your emotions or keep them in check could be crumbling, and there could become a leak, and that wall needs to be repaired. So it could mean your emotions are getting the better of you. But for some of you, it could actually be a structural wall that you're involved with repairing. But so you have to think about that one, because that one felt like it could have been metaphorically or actually literally a real wall with water. I do feel that you are feeling like there's too much that's overwhelming and it's too much to handle. That could be your feeling in yourself. That could be your feeling about a Knight of Pentacles person in your life. If this is a Knight of Pentacles person in your life, I'm hearing them say, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Believe things in the way you believe them. Don't be subject to gossip or manipulation or coercion from others. So yours was the most unusual to read. I hate to say that, Sagittarius. So Knight of Pentacles, you got to think about. That's either talking about a literal wall that involves it crumbled due to a flood, an earthquake, water in some way that needs to be rebuilt, or that is in you. That's your emotions. The wall, you were like trying to remain strong and block them off, but your emotions, the water, which is the emotions, got the better of it and has knocked it down. So just have to see if that makes sense. So I hope it made sense. I hope it was of help to you. Now on to the sign of Capricorn. And the first card you got, Capricorn, is the Queen of Swords. And this is an air sign person. This is either an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, sun, moon, or rising sign. This could also be you if you're born on the Capricorn-Aquarius cusp. This Queen of Swords person wants things from you. They want your time. They want your attention. They may be kind of trying to get you to dance to a little tune that they're playing. They're quite vigilant and diligent, and they want what they want, and they may be kind of demanding or like they want it now. You may also be fielding a lot of questions coming to you from the Queen of Swords. Will you take me here? Will you take me there? Will you do this for me? Will you do that for me? They could be a love partner to you or a potential love partner to you. For some of you, this could be a parent. They may feel like there's things that they can't complete or can't repair or that they can't finish, and they may want you to help them with that. You may feel like they could be acting ridiculous. They might be getting caught up in the emotions of things, and you may be like instructing them to like find some peace and calm down. They might be wigging out in some way. I feel like the Queen of Swords really wants you to see things from their point of view right now. I do feel like they're very diligent, and I do feel like they are working hard in some way. They're working in some way, either physically working, doing work, or they're working towards something in some manner. They may want what's rightfully theirs, what they believe is rightfully theirs, and they may also, that could include or maybe separately mean they want to be the leader of something. They're very attached to their ideas, their ideals, beliefs, and ideas. They're very attached to them, this Queen of Swords. Now, the card you have with the Queen of Swords is Nine of Rods, and this was one of the few, only one other sign had rods in their reading for the mid-month. You have Nine of Rods. This is being prepared and ready for a battle. This can also be getting your ducks in a row, getting everything organized. It can also be being suspicious of someone or something. Could involve the Queen of Swords, but it could be just a separate message. This is a time where you're going to be trying to figure out how you can structure your life moving forward and how can you structure it maybe differently than how it was before. You may have the feeling like, man, you know what? I put all my eggs in that one basket, and then when things go wrong, I'm lost. So you may start to have some revising of like, man, everything I did was all for this. I had no alternative, no safe outlet in another direction. Like all your eggs were put into one basket. If you need to, the Queen of Swords will help you rebuild or build something you need to do, your career, your finances. So in some ways, as wacky as you may feel or unstable or too fixed on their ideas that you may feel the Queen of Swords is, the Queen of Swords would work with you strongly in tandem and be actually a great support for you and a great help for you and a great worker with you as well. So don't have too much of a jaded eye at the Queen of Swords. It's how it's coming up in this reading. It's going to be different for all of you. Yeah, you got to marshal your strength and courage, and like you may feel like you have to rebuild your life as you see it from what it was. This could be like you rebuilding. You may feel like your pragmatism, is that a word, has like been the detriment to you, and that you've been too one note or too single-minded or all your eggs in one basket, and you may feel like you have to become more diverse in your career, or instead of having one job, maybe you're going to move forward thinking I got to have a couple different jobs, or I have to branch out and not just only know how to do this job. I need to know how to do some other things. So you could have like, it's like, what is that called? Fail safe? I don't know if that's the right word, but like safety net moving forward. So I hope those messages were of help to you, Capricorn. I hope they made sense. So now on to the sign of Aquarius. First card you got, Aquarius, is the Five of Swords. And this is standing your ground, drawing a line in the sand, standing up against any gossipers, naysayers, or detractors. It can often mean if there's a battle or a fight, you would win the battle or fight. It can also mean standing up for yourself. I feel like you Aquarians are going to be really thinking about how you want to use your time moving forward and where you want to put your energy. What do you want to put your energy into once we get out of this quarantine and life starts to slowly get back to whatever the new way of normal is going to be? You can't abide by certain rules or laws or the way certain things are being presented. And you are going to be very fixed and staunch on what you believe and what you stand for. There are things that you're going to see have been portrayed one way, and you are not going to feel like it's been totally portrayed in the right way. That things are not as they seem. Things are not how they're being presented to you or out into the world, you're not buying it. You may even be trying to make amends in your mind or your heart with the past so that you can have new strength and more stability as you move forward. It's like you're going to feel like, I can't make everybody listen to me and believe what I'm saying, but I have to stand up for what I believe in and stick to it moving forward, even if other people don't see things the same way you do. I don't feel Aquarians are willing to compromise what they believe or what they stand for. I feel that it's going to be made known to Aquarius that there was treachery going on, and this could be out in the world or it could be from your competition or your opponents, and you're going to be successful in railing against it or standing up for yourself against it, whether it was out in the world or among people that have sought to supplant you. So the card you have with it, your next card is the Chariot, and this means change, long distance travel, or being pulled in two different directions, or having to make a choice between two different things. Some of you are going to be really, maybe not in April, could start in May, maybe in June, where you're going to be like, yeah, look at me now. I'm rolling forward. I'm making new friends, new connections. I'm going to make new deals. I'm going to do new things. It's like, I feel like some Aquarians are crossing through. It could have to do with Saturn, because Saturn is one of Aquarians, ruling planets that could be affecting you. But I get like turning to a new chapter, turning the page, turning to a new chapter. I feel like it's like karmic cycles turning for Aquarius. I feel like you're going to feel very driven to make the most of the time that you have here. If you'd been shy or retiring or mousy about anything or afraid of taking risks or gambles in the past, or being very cautious and careful, and everything was like you were under the strict rule of Saturn, where you were following a lot of protocols and doing things in feeling kind of restricted. I feel oddly, you're going to feel like you're going to rail against it. Your Uranian side is actually going to be propelling you forward. I feel like you've been under the restriction of Saturn and operating in it for a while, but your Uranian side is going to be wanting adventure, wanting new relationships, new friends, new frontiers, new foundations. So whatever is like risk-taking and gambling to you, is it moving? Is it changing your career? Is it, forging new friendships, joining new clubs, groups, and organizations? I don't know. It's going to be different for all of you. So I hope those messages made sense to you. Now on to the sign of Pisces. And the first card you have here, Pisces, is the Hierophant. And this is God giving you a blessing or a warning. It could also be higher education and higher learning. It could also be about spirituality and religion. This could also be a high religious figure like a pope or of that nature. You're accessing a lot of vital and important information now, Pisces, and what it boils down to is it's really all up to you. How are you going to handle things moving forward? What are you going to do with what you've come to learn, what you've come to think about? And you're kind of being tested in a way to resist temptation that could suck you down some kind of rabbit hole that you don't want to go down. What is that? Well, that could be addictions. It could be relationships that would be unhealthy for you, or a career path that wouldn't be good, or, you know, that sort of, that type of thing. I feel September is a key month where things are going to happen strongly for Pisces. I don't feel that Pisces are going to be in this big burst forward in July or August where you feel like you're exploding from a cannon. For some of you, maybe, but for a lot of you, I really feel September is that time. The Hierophant is kind of showing you, too, that you have to operate in, like, have some disciplines, have self-discipline at this time. And making decisions for your future, any big decisions or decisions for your future would be disastrous right now. It's not really the time for you to make big decisions. April is a complicated month, and it's a confusing month. You have to operate from a higher plane of consciousness and existence, that you can shoot for the stars and achieve your goals. You're not going to be stopped, but you're in a lull. You're in a waiting phase. You're in a resting phase. You're in a limbo state. So you're almost like in the hanged man state. So it's not really time for you to do that now, but those things are still going to happen. So it's going to take discipline now to get through that you can't shoot for the moon, shoot for the stars, shoot for your goals right now. It's a waiting phase. It's a resting phase. Which makes sense because look at your next card. Four of Swords. This is a pause, a meditative state, a resting phase, a recuperation from an illness. It can also mean prayer. And the Hierophant was already saying, this is a resting phase. You're going to reach your goals and shoot for the stars and shoot for the moon, and you're going to get there. But it's just not, you have to have self-discipline now. This is a time that's felt like a weird kind of pressure for you, where you may have felt like you were like under the knife, so to speak, under the gun, under the knife, under some kind of pressure. But you know that everything's going to be all right in the end. You know, because you are a light being. Energy just transforms, and you understand that. Pisces, maybe more than, I don't want to say more than any other sign, but I really feel like you do get that. You're going to come out of this weird time with a greater understanding of yourself and a greater understanding of other people. What my guides are calling fall, they're saying is more a time of your growth and development, which is usually weird because fall is, you know, time when things start to go to sleep, but that's not going to be the case for you. Now, when I say fall, I'm talking about the Northern Hemisphere. I'm in the East Coast of the United States. So fall for me is the end of September, October, November, and part of December. That's where you're going to feel your vitality soar and, you know, come to life and like burst forth. The fall, or better yet, because we don't all live in the same spot, the months of September, October, November, and part of December. That's where you're going to feel like I'm moving forward. The things I wanted to see are starting to form, take shape, starting to happen. April, I'm not going to lie to you. The rest of this month may make you feel like a little nuts, or feel oppressed, or feel like pressure. But you're wise, Pisces. You've got all this wisdom. You already incarnated through all of the other 11 signs to get here. So you've got the wisdom, and you understand a lot of things that, because you're such a so spiritually connected that, you know, I'm not saying the other signs don't get it. Many of them do. But you, it's like inborn in you, innate in you, that you're going to get this. So just look at this as a time of like hibernation, a time of limbo, a time of rest, a pause, a meditative state, just like the card says. But you are going to burst forth. You are going to get driven. feel driven, feel vitality, and go for your goals. But like I said, I am not picking that up for now, or even June, July, or August. I feel doesn't mean you're not going to feel better and that you're not going to feel good or start doing stuff. But where your energy is really going to ignite or get reignited and you're really going to be driven, I really feel like you're going to start getting very driven towards what lights your fire, what is passionate for your soul. It could be love relationships for some of you, but for many of you, it's going to be things you want to achieve in life, goals. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. I want to thank you so much for watching my videos. I truly, truly appreciate it. And please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you do want to subscribe, and that way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. If you would like to get any of the special videos I record filled with predictions and messages from my spirit guides that I post for my Vimeo on-demand pages, I always post either the most pertinent or the most recent videos, or a combination of the two, below each video in the Show More section down below this video in the description box. Now, because of what's been going on out in the world, and it's such pivotal and changing times, I thought it would be helpful to get angel messages that would really be more speaking to your soul. So I decided to do videos for each sign of the zodiac for important angel messages for these changing times for each sign of the zodiac. And that link is below this video. And I use the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards, the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards, Ask an Angel Oracle cards, and I used my crystals to pull a crystal for what would be the best gemstone crystal for you, energetically speaking, to cover a 1-year time period from April of 2020 through till the end of April 2021. And some of the predictions, it was talking about, messages were talking about how things were going to roll even beyond that. So if you're interested in that, you can check them out. And all my videos are always available on my website. The links are on my website at www.theluckymermaid.com. You go to the videos tab on my menu and you click on that and you'll see all the video series I have listed. I have over 1,600 videos available on Vimeo, and you just pick this video series you want, click on your sign, and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. Now, some of the other links I posted below I feel are important for you to check out based on what's going on right now in the world that I recorded before. You may have already gotten these videos, so make sure you don't buy one again that you've already gotten, but the video links I feel would be speaking to people as to what is going on right now. First is the Jupiter in Capricorn Psychic Tarot Oracle card and crystal readings, covering a time period of December 2019 through December of 2020. Another video series I feel that would be important for you to check out, if you haven't already gotten it, is the Full Moon Lunar Eclipse in Cancer, January 10th, 2020, Psychic Tarot and Crystal Readings. That link is below this video. The other one is Solar Eclipse in Capricorn, December 26th, 2019, Psychic Tarot and Crystal Readings. Those eclipses, the full moon lunar eclipse in January and the solar eclipse on December 26th, you're being affected by them right now, as you are with the Jupiter in Capricorn. And the other video series, What's Lucky and New for You, Psychic Tarot and Crystal Readings, plus Oracle cards in 2020, that link is below this video. And if you didn't check out the Psychic Crystal Readings that I do every month my April 2020 psychic crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac. That link is below this video as well. If you would like to donate to my channel and help support my channel, there's a link I have connected to PayPal that is below. And I am very thankful and appreciative to those who have been very generous and kind and have donated to my channel. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. If you would like to get more predictions and messages from my spirit guides channeled through me that you're not going to see here on YouTube, you can follow me on my social media pages at The Lucky Mermaid LLC on Facebook, The Psychic Pastry Chef LLC also on Facebook, and The Lucky Mermaid _ Pam Georgel on Instagram. I pull tarot cards, angel cards, oracle cards, sacred geometry cards, animal totem cards. I use the crystal. You never know what I'm going to get over there, and those predictions are never just for just the day I post them. Many people find those predictions resonate with them, and you might as well. So I hope you decide to check them out. I'd love to see you on my social media pages. So I hope you have absolutely amazing energy coming to you and uplifting you and giving you not only a sense of a boost in your energy, but also a sense of calm and peace for the rest of this month of April and moving forward for all the signs of the zodiac out there. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.